Tributes are pouring in for Justice Antonin Scalia after his sudden death, and Washington is bracing for a huge fight over his successor. His Supreme Court colleagues remember Scalia as a giant legal titan and a best buddy.
Justice Scalia's death on Saturday sparked a fierce argument over his seat on the High Court. We will get into the political battle in a moment, but we begin with Jan Crawford, who is outside the Supreme Court in Washington. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning. So the flags here at the Supreme Court this morning, as you can see, are flying at half staff for Justice Scalia. And people here at this court just cannot imagine what it's going to be like without him. I mean, he was known for his sharp intellect, his often sharp tongue, and his sudden death is going to leave this court split, 4 conservatives and 4 liberals. Justice Scalia's views on the Constitution influenced a generation.
I'm a law and order guy. I mean, I confess I'm a social conservative, but it does not affect my views on cases.
A native of Trenton, New Jersey, who grew up in Queens, New York, Scalia served on the Supreme Court nearly 30 years, the current court's longest-serving justice. Nominated by President Reagan, Scalia was also the first Italian-American justice. 1 month shy of his 80th birthday, Scalia died while on a trip to this 30,000-acre ranch in Marfa, Texas. A Presidio County judge declared Scalia dead by phone. Scalia's doctor said the justice suffered from a host of chronic conditions. His family declined to have an autopsy performed. Even on the nation's highest court, Scalia was a larger-than-life figure. He often dominated oral arguments with his sharp questions.
If it's a question of individual rights and individual liberties, that's what I'm there for.
Paul Clement clerked for Scalia in 1993 and argued 80 cases before him.
If you were a lawyer arguing in front of him and he thought your argument was hogwash, he would tell you it was hogwash.
Despite his staunch conservative views, Scalia had deep friendships with liberal justices, notably Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who shared his affinity for opera. In a statement, Justice Ginsburg said they were best buddies. She called him a jurist of captivating brilliance and wit, with a rare talent to make even the most sober judge laugh.
I could be charming and combative at the same time. What's contradictory between the two? I love to argue. I've always loved to argue.
Now, one of his most significant decisions was that landmark ruling that said the Second Amendment guarantees an individual right to bear arms. But, you know, he often was in dissent, and he always said that he hoped he wouldn't be known necessarily for his majority decisions, but for changing the way that we think about the court and the law and interpret the Constitution. And Christine, he certainly did that.
He sure did, Jan. Thank you.